Well, ain't we a pair? Raggedy Man. Goodbye, soldier.
Goodbye, Tina. And I love that song.
This is not Thunderdome.
What?
What is that?
What? Wait a minute. All this time I thought it was... Oh, it's Motordome.
We had a budget cut.
Oh. You know, when this game came out in '86, and then the Thunderdome movie came out in the '90s, it just, the word dome and the R, see, thunder, that almost fits on there, see? And they couldn't have pre-thought this, of course. They couldn't have. Greg Kmiec designed this machine. And yes, listen, Greg made 33 machines before and a couple after this that were, 32 of them were wonderful. And this one has got to be, it's just awful. However, it's not because of him. The problem with this game is the artwork I have problems with, and the awful sound, the screeching, hammering sound of this game, as you're going to hear. But this game has some really unique things.
Sounds like all my complaints about you.
My unique hammering sounds?
Yes.
Do you see? I'm trying to show you a game they only made 2,000 of. That's it. Greg designed one of my favorite games of all time, Transporter, and his last game, unless he made some stuff in the more recent years, was Break Shot, Capcom's Break Shot. And he made Xenon. What happened? Well, Greg didn't fail us on programming. This has got to be his most elaborate programming he's ever done, because this is the only game in pinball history, and it almost still is. It is. They have 3 levels. I think there's a couple that let you choose 2. But look, it has 3 skill levels. John, come in. Jonathan, look. 1, 2, and 3. You have the option when you first start the game of choosing 3 different skill levels. It's also delineated on the card. There's very, very vague instructions here. But there's a printout on the IPDB right here that you need to print and go over, because if you have a Motordome, you wouldn't believe the stuff that Greg has come up with. Incredible stuff. And I think this is a good time for us to go over it. First thing we're going to do is show you this cabinet. Stephen has remastered this. That's what we're going to call this now. You know how they remastered DVDs? Stephen has remastered the cabinet on this. They remaster a movie and make it beautiful. Boy, was this a toilet, wasn't it, Stephen, when you started? It was a toilet. Another first. This is the first game and the last game to be built with a factory fluorescent circuline bulb.
Bub.
Wallace, we used your bub. Swing over.
He's
The
busy.
Legends is working. What's he doing? Anything or just sitting there? Useless and worthless. And what are you doing?
Waiting for the game you're filming.
Oh, they want to deliver
They're
it.
supposed to be there now.
Okay, listen. The circuline bulb that was in it is black on the ends. And guess who has brand new, inexpensive bulbs? Steve Young at Pinball Research. He still has these new in the box, cheaper than you could get it at Home Depot. So I suggest you purchase an extra. This one still works. but we decided that our customer deserved a new bulb. Look, Frank's button battery. Come in here and look at it. He can design this. The regular Bally older game boards will take it. You have to bend the pins a tiny bit to get them to fit into this size holder, or just a little bit different. But that can upgrade your game board, because if you don't change it and you leave the NiCad, the acid drips all the way down here. Now, the big problem I have with the 6803 system is that they were so cheap. The back box is made out of flake board. It's crappy wood, barely wood. The screws fall out and then the boards come out. That you can't secure the boards nicely. These little crapo connectors, they should have upgraded these to better ones. We actually had to change these too. These are brand new. You can buy these and new pins from Marco's Specialties. So you're going to have to start changing them because they don't grip tight enough anymore. You can upgrade this here, but see, if you push on this board, it'll short out against the wall. The standoffs are so close. Just outrageous. And then, of course, here is where you can really get a zapping. They had these little crappy...
Can we watch?
And I'm not going to do the stupid... people don't like when I...
Sorry.
If I did touch that, I would have done that, because this is 190 volts right there.
That's it?
And right there. Look, they put this transformer on the backboard. I can't tell you, but probably 20 of these have broken loose on games in the past, particularly Blackwater 100. There's problems. We had to change every single battery clip. All the holders were shot, every single one. So we had to change all those. But you know what, Jonathan? This has been restored. It's going to run for years. Customer's going to get this and probably never will trade it in. Are you ready for the rules? There's a lot of them. I'm going to miss some. I'm going to get yelled at. But I'm going to try my best, and I'm going to go over the skill levels, okay, as we go, and try to explain what different things do as we play it. Obviously, there's all LED lighting. We added a strip of lighting here. There was one lousy little light bulb originally, so that's nice and bright. We added blue lighting down here, okay? And then, of course, you can see the super bright blues up here. And look, little Chris added a flame bulb from Kmiec Pinball, the fire bulb there for the exhaust. I thought that was a nice, very nice touch, little Chris.
Little Chris, why are you so great?
He is great. This game has some neat features I'm going to show before we start. The skill levels allow different elements to turn on and turn off. Obviously, you always want to start in level 1. When you first start the button, hit the start button, you're going to see it cycle here in the center, the two blues and then the helmet here, the two reds in the helmet. You want to shoot the ball up so it hits this switch when that light's on, and then you will get the skill shot bonus, which I think is 25,000. It also locks you in to skill shot 1, skill level 1. But when we start the game, I'm going to cycle through the different, you'll see the different elements. You can have 2 or 3. You only have about 8 seconds to make your selection, and then the game starts. But ball 2, as soon as the ball comes out, you got to start timing your light, because it's only going to give you 5 seconds to shoot the ball, hit the switch to score that skill level. The feature goes away very fast. It was interesting for you, Greg, to do that if you watch this video. Greg came up with some other really clever ideas about extending shots. I'm just going to tell you. For instance, skill level 1, if you roll through RPM, okay, you will spot the light, it'll go out, and your right flipper will move it like lane change. And then each time you roll through it, you light a pop bumper. It stays on solid. Later, you'll get them flashing. So you get all 3, you get all these extra points. But if you play skill level 2 or 3, lane change, gone. No lane change. Ever. That right switch does nothing. So that's an interesting idea, just to have lane change on skill level 1. Your lane change, boy, if you're lane change 2 and you want to move it, you can't do it. That's something. I thought that was a very clever idea. Now, when you play only on level 3, the level 3 timer controls when that feature will reset. That's settable, okay? There's different adjustments. The programming is very, very sophisticated. We already talked about the shooter lane bonus. You're going to see that when we start the game. I'm telling you these things before we start because it's going to be loud and difficult to do. And I'm going to forget. But this, in a nutshell, pretty much tells you what the card does. Skill level 1, all the playfield scores are single value. Skill level 2, double. Skill level 3, 3. The playfield features are set at easy, medium, and hard. That's the reset things. For instance, memory. If you play on easy, the game will remember what lights you spotted. But level 2, it won't remember as many, and level 3, it won't remember anything. Completing the lightning bolt targets. That's these right here. People always look at this here. The first, you get 25,000 points, but if you play level 2, you get an extra ball. And if you're really good, you play level 3, you get the special. And these lights will tell you what level you're playing at as you play the game. You have to get them in order. Let me show you something. See? This light here matches up to this target, this one to this one to this one to this. These last two are only the 2 centers. Harder to hit. Neat, huh? Is there more to cover?
I'm bored.
I know you are. I guess I could start the game, and then I can go over the other features. Let's do that. Okay, now, once I start this puppy, we have to be careful. We're going to see the select game level. I'll turn the volume up just a little. It's awful. The sound in this is just awful, but I don't know if Greg did the sound. There was no credits on the IPDB for it, but just for Greg. And then the artwork, which I don't care for, but it's Tony. Oh, he's going to hate me.
What's wrong with my artwork?
Backlash. Oh, it's mirrored. That part is nice, the mirror color. Look, I can see myself.
That's never
Oh,
good.
Jonathan, I got a thumbs down. God. Okay, fight or flee. Now watch, number 1. Now look, I hit my rubber, my flipper. Now look, see right here? I have to shoot the ball past that when it hits this. I did it, and nice shot, and I got it, but I locked in level 3. Oh, this is going to be ugly, Jonathan. I wanted to lock in level 1. Do you hear that sound? Did somebody just throw something at me? Somebody stupid, somebody fat. Yes, it was. He fits the role. You want me to finish?
We're waiting and waiting and waiting. Customers waiting
This is
and waiting.
so hard at this level. Look, I have to get that.
It's got such a rough life.
But you see it moves. See, it's harder. Everything is so much harder, Jonathan. Okay, now, let's go to this feature, and I'm going to turn that grinding, hammering sound down so you can hear me better. In level 1, every time the spinner spins, you get 1,000 points. But in level 2, you have to spin it twice to get 1,000. Level 3, 3 times. But you know, if you get a good shot, you can get up there pretty good. And see, I got it enough to get the gate open. Now in level 3, both side gates are closed by default. I have to go into but in level 1, both are open. Level 2, 1 is open. Now if I go in the hole, the game will give me credit. It's very happy. All is well. It'll kick the ball out. And it has given me this gate that's open. Okay? Very nice. Now, we're going to get these here. Okay? Now, okay. Now we advance up to the extra ball. Okay? Isn't that effect nice? By the way, to get the eyeballs, you really have to keep the 912s in there. It gives you the eyeball effect. Okay? Which I think is good. On level 1, these 2 spots are flashing. On level 3, only 1. And then they alternate. Once you get both in that order, it lights the center target for the 25,000. And then it flashes this here in the center. Now, in level 1, when you get that target down, it stays down, okay? But in higher levels, that target will reset itself after so many seconds. Now watch, we want to go up this lane. Okay, that gives me 300 points. It comes here, and I have 1 shot to bang it up there. Okay, I got it up top. That was pretty good, especially playing sideways. It also spots your million shot if you get that.
Does your arm start to hurt?
Mine does from holding this camera.
Jonathan, I'm trying to show all the wonderful features in this game, and you are making it very difficult. What's playing right now?
Maybe it's Kurt. Is Kurt here? Kurt!
Now, the target came back up, okay? So you have to hit it again to go up there. Level 1, the target will stay down. And once again, you get this target, nothing happens, but you have to hit these 2 to advance them to collect your points. There's so many, it's really great stuff on this. Okay. Now, your targets here also will reset after a certain amount of time when you play on the harder. See, that came up, did you see it was only down for so many minutes? You have so many seconds to collect it. Oh my. Okay, well let's go through the gate here. These gates are rather nice. The game shows you that you went through and resets. But you're really screwed again until you can light your gates again. But once again, it's harder. Let me get the gate lit. You have to hit that really hard. Okay? Come on. Yeah, there we go. Robbie, the 11-watt bulbs are in that box up there.
Bubs. Pick a box.
Rob is getting a bubbler jukebox. We actually sold 2 of them. 2 of the CD bubblers that you're going to see in another video. All right, it's loading my bonus. I cannot get away, can I, Jonathan? Oops, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, I think they want to hear a knock. They wanted to hear a knock. Okay. All right, let's try to go up here again. Oh, by the way, see this gate? This gate is almost, this is close to probably the only worthless feature in it. Level 1 and 2, it will raise itself and give you another chance if you don't go all the way up. But that's only if the ball happens to go there and get near the flipper. In many cases, it bounces here and still goes down the toilet, or it goes down here. So the chances are so hard that it's going to do that. Here, let me show you. Oh, almost. Now watch. See? I didn't have a chance in the world because on skill level 3, it's down. If that was up, let me try it again. Crap. Oh, Jonathan. Oops.
You wish you played sports when you were younger?
How would that have helped? No. Not hard enough. See, it was over here. There was no chance it was going to go through that gate again. No, there was just no chance. By the way, I'm going to start on level 1 because I'm not. I wanted to show you something. Now see, it's going faster. And watch, it's going to shut itself off in only 5 seconds, and then your feature's gone. No chance to shoot it. See, it's over. So you have to keep right on top of that. You can't stop there and have a sip of your soda or
if you have to go to the bathroom.
Bathroom is out, baby. All right, I want to show you something because I want to turn this off and back on. All the 6803s have a nice feature. When you first turn them on, the game looks at all the switches that should be open, and if it sees a problem, it comes up with that. See? And it makes that annoying sound to make sure you check the target bolt 1. That's a very good feature because it tells you instantly. Of course, it tells the store owner in the store. The target bolt 1. Let me put this down. Now, this time we're going to play level 1. Okay. Good. Nice shot. I got a nice shot. Now, look. All of our features are already on. Our 2. I can't stand it.
Yeah, sounds like Spy Hunter.
No, Spy Hunter is a lot more listenable. He did Spy Hunter too. Greg, I know you didn't do the sound on this. God help you if you did. But anyway, all right. The gate is open. Rob, can you get that? Okay. Somebody got it. Now look, watch. We roll through a lane. We got a lane change. It rolls our pop bumpers. 3,000 for that, only 1,000 for that. Watch how easy. See? All the way up to the top, okay? So you get right up to 8,000. Watch, hit this one. Hit this one. The gate open didn't light because both gates are open, by the way. I wanted you to see that. Okay, but I did spot my star here. You try to get both stars because you want to try to get all your millions. And our last 2. There we go. Stays at 25,000. That's right. You're playing the easy level. I'm not going to give you an extra ball that easy. That's right. But look, my center, I still get my 25,000. I do like that sound. Did you hear that? Hey, listen, I do like this sound. This screaming sound. Listen. That sounds like my wife screaming at me when I've done something wrong. See, she's never going to watch this video, and none of you better tell her I said that. Look, we're real close to our giant million shot, baby. What do you think we should do, Jonathan? Should we try to go up into the turbo boost? Oh, that was easy. That was easy, wasn't it, John? Not bad, huh? Now my lights are lit. My first target boost light is lit. I want to try to get the second one lit. Look, target stays down because you're in the simpler level. So you go up there again, and you go right down here. Oh, darn it. No, almost. There we are. You have to sometimes cheat a little bit. Right, John? Good. Just a little bit. I don't cheat that much. Do I?
Every day.
Every day. Now, I've advanced here from 300 to 500. And see if I go in here, it'll spot my million. So I want to go up here, come down here. Darn it. See, this shot is like almost impossible. Oh. Good, I got it. I get all my credits for million, and now I got my full million now. The million is now, see? The million shot, look. It's lit, John. So we'll go up. We'll bang it up there.
Cheater.
Isn't that nice?
Where's the multi-ball?
Oh.
Oh.
That's the most
Only a
important ball.
one-ball game.
One-ball game.
Boring.
No, that's what Greg designed it for.
No, I don't even do email.
Okay. Not bad, huh? We've covered a lot, and we've missed a lot. See, there's our skill shot again. There, it's faster now. Oh, I did it again.
See how easy that is?
I moved my lights.
Wait a minute, I took the phone.
I do like the lane change feature. I wish Greg could design to do lane change for both. Still level 1 and 2. I have one gate open. I go in here. It added my turbo extra points. And now my other gate's open over here. Oh, I want to show you something. Some people kept thinking that this was missing a wire. It uses this gate with no wire. No, there's no wire. People, oh, there's a wire. There isn't. This is a support for this. And we added this because sometimes when the ball comes down, it does just what it did. It doesn't do that. It drops down. It just sits here. There's nothing else here. There's a support here for this ramp that grips this clear ramp. This is all one piece. But to service this thing, what a nightmare. You have to take the plastics off here, and then the bolts and things underneath this. Oh, by the way, here my gate's open. Okay, there my gate's open now. So if I come in here, well, I actually got it right in now. I was going to show you if it didn't go in. But let's here, now watch. Here, let's see. Oh, great. Okay. I do like that it does, when it hits this plastic, it stops it for a moment. So you have a tiny, tiny bit of time to get your bearings. Look at that. Oh, Jonathan. I'm pretty good.
You're a master at it.
Glass off. I think I am a master, huh? Counting up my bonus. Of course, it spots everything. It's level 1, everything has a memory. See the lights under here, the flash lamps? Oh, a lot of times we'll get the game in, and somebody put a regular 555 under here instead of a 912, and a 555 here. And they worked really good once. The light came on like this. And then it was out. Like this. It worked, and the guy said, really good, boy.
Definitely a thumbs down on that one.
Oh.
People hate me. All right. Anyway, we're down to the nitty gritty. I think I'm going to just show you. Well, I won a game. Our match. Played all 7 sounds it makes. You know, it's not so bad. God, it's not so bad a game, is it? It isn't. It still has horrible sound, but it is actually not a bad game. Couple of issues. This up here, this arrangement. I'm willing to bet that Greg had no time at all to design this. And he still wrote all these rules. God, he wrote all this stuff. Here's the problem. I'll bet no one is aware of most of these rules. Because no one sees the game or plays it, where it's so dark and ugly they don't want to play it. You have to rebuild the flippers. I have all new parts, new end of stroke switches, so the flippers are full power. Otherwise, you have to be able to get it. And of course, this one's most important. Inside the bottom is the usual emptiness. It does have a nice big fat woofer in there. Oh, I wanted to show you this, John. Come on this side. I want to show you this. I left this in here. I thought to turn the light on. Now from there, John, can you get in close and see if it stays clear? Look, from Betson, it was brand new, 7/24/86, new and complete. And look, these are the people that bought it. I think it says it's a machine inspected by. Oh, wait a minute, that's something. I'm leaving that in there. I think that's pretty sharp. Wow, new and complete. Well, why would it? Oh, here's where that other sticker went. For the Motordome, that little creep. Thunderdome. How dare him? And look, I want to show you one more thing. This is the first time I actually had to buy one of these. Great Lakes Modular makes the new keyboard. The old keyboard was actually falling apart. Somebody had peeled the levels away, nothing worked. But this is the programming. It's not as bad as the original Williams games from 1977 and 78. We call those the nightmare programming. This programming, you can get the hang of it, It takes a while. But this isn't bad. But they really did a wonderful job, Bally Midway. With the same computer board system, they went to a system that used the flipper buttons to put in, what were the, Jonathan, can you help me here? Was it Escape from the Lost World, Blackwater, and maybe a game before that too. By the way, this is the only time this lane change, there's no lane change here. The only time, somebody's very loud.
If that were me, you'd have no problem telling me to shut up.
I see you working the camera, but I'll just talk at any level I want.
Oh, she is like 100. Give her a break. She's here to buy a pinball, maybe Motordome.
Motordome is sold, and
Oh.
it's Thunderdome, isn't it?
It's not gonna be sold for long. He's not gonna want it.
Oh! Oh!
Well, it's only 2:24.
Oh, good thing we told him 2 o'clock.
Jonathan.
We don't need another hero.
I got it in again, Jonathan. He's not happy. Jonathan, you'll only have to put 1 ball in it. No 2, no 3 ball. I think all of Greg's games are multi-ball, except that he did some mechanicals, but I don't know. Interesting. Guess when he sat down and started planning this game out, I mean, I guess he figured he didn't need a capture hole. Oh, one last thing. He put a color changer here. I walk around on this side. I thought this
Another
was
bulb.
well, it's a nice touch, and people ask me, what is the color layout? Everything is done on. They change stuff because every game should be different. Everything should be designed a little bit different. It makes it more fun, including the red tea molding. It sets it off nice. Well, I think we're done. We're done with. Good night.